She said in text messages he released that she wanted him to put a big black baby in her. Why do y'all have me reading on this shit? I shouldn't be cursing so early in a video, but okay. All right, Shannon Sharpe, Mr. Cancer. So let's get started. We are reading tonight. It's an emergency, quick reading, celebrity reading on Shannon Sharpe, former NFL player, sports commentator, and now he's just talking trash on podcasts. He is embroiled in a controversy about his private life. He is being accused of assault by is she 19 or 20 years old? 19, I think she's 19 years old. Some sordid information came out. People in the chat are keeping me abreast of what's happening because when it comes to these celebrity readings, I try my best not to know too much about it so that I can give a clear and, mostly unbiased reading. But I will tell you guys that I do not like Shannon Sharpe. I don't know much about him, but anytime I see him, he gives me the creeps. I don't like his voice. I don't like his mannerisms. He's a handsome person, but I don't even like looking at him. However, I'm going to do my best to give a really, really, really good, unbiased, as honest as possible reading on him in this situation. Questions are already populated. I'm going to do what I usually do, get on the energy of what's happening now, talk about his energy as a person. I'm looking at his photo and it's like creeping me out. This is the photo I'm looking at, by the way. Creeping me out, creeping me out. Oops. He creeps, he gives me the creeps. And I said earlier, he reminds me of Kevin Samuels. If you guys remember that poor unfortunate soul. Excuse me. Okay, so let's get started. And also, I looked up his zodiac sign. He's a Cancer man, and Cancer men are they're going through it this year. I don't know what's in the stars for their asses this year, but y'all are wilding out. You're wilding out. And if you're watching, get a reading from me. If you're in some kind of mess like this, don't come to me because I'm not reading on that. Thanks. Work stuff, relationship stuff, but not this mess. Okay, let's get started. Shannon Sharpe. This is going to be a quick reading, guys. Shannon Sharpe. Oh. Sorry. All right, Shannon Sharpe. I see her. She may be a water sign herself. Is this young woman, this teenager who's accusing him, is she a sex worker herself? Because I'm kind of getting that vibe from her. So this is her. Back up, Harry. This is the young lady in question, the teenager in question. Oh, she's here for the money. She's here for the money. And she's ready to defend herself, her position, as long as possible. Oh, she's 22 years old. Okay, so they're showing me that she's into sex work. But this feels more like leisurely sex work. It doesn't feel like trafficking to me. It feels more like it's at her leisure, at her pleasure. So OnlyFans makes sense. Okay, so her energy is showing up. He literally did not want to give her the money. He didn't want to give her the money. I actually feel like he was probably paying her for some time, actually. And maybe her demands increased dramatically and he was just like, absolutely not. Does anyone know what her name is? I didn't say she set him up. I didn't say that, just that she's a sex worker. I didn't ask that question. There's absolutely more. This is Shannon. He does not know what to do. He's afraid. And look, here she is right here. Yeah, she's a sex worker. I feel like he'd been paying her for some time. Yeah, I feel like he's been paying her for some time, and I feel like there are more. There's more. There are more sex workers that could come out with him. He's afraid of these people talking. Listen, fellas, y'all really need to manage your nether regions because it's absurd. It's absurd. Oh, what just fell out? Oi, oi, oi. Not much. Not much. He doesn't know what to do. He's very afraid. She's not the only one. She is not the only one. Okay, since he's out here, men are so easy to read on. Let's see. Let's get into, do like a very quick like personality reading. I probably won't get that much because his energy is very up there. So Shannon, what is Shannon's real personality like? He's afraid, dude. There's another woman. There's definitely another woman here. I don't know how soon she's going to come out. Like if this other woman decides to come out, she may come out maybe like within 3 months, something to that effect. Within a few weeks, up to 3 months. I feel like that's when she would potentially come out. And this other lady, I feel like, is this other woman famous? She has like some level of fame. This other lady. That he's afraid of coming out. So here's a different woman here that he's worried about. Like, what about her? What about her? That's what happens when you do dirty. That's what happens. I don't think I'm going to get too much information on his personality. I can try again, but I think it's probably going to be better to just continue on with your questions. What's Shannon Sharpe's real personality like? I feel like he shows it. No, I'm not gonna get that. I'm not gonna get that information. The main accuser, she's coming out again. She's been threatening him for a while. Look at her. Look at the money. Look at the lawsuit. I feel like she's threatened him with a lawsuit before, and then she kind of went away. And he thought that he successfully blocked her. He thought he blocked her successfully. And then she goes like, surprise, bitch, here I am again. Here I am again. This is not the first time she threatened a lawsuit, but like she finally went through with it. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's look at your questions because he's not in a position to ask. Okay. Okay, so let's go through these questions. Okay, so are these allegations true? Now, I'm assuming by allegations you're talking about the serious one about assault. Oh, her name is Gabriela. People know her name already? Hi there, folks who just joined. Her name is Gabriela. That's her real name. Gabriela. Let me ask, Gabriela, what's your energy like, Gabriela? Listen, she's been frustrated with him for a long time. Look, this lady, she may be 22 years old. She's not a dummy. She's not a dummy. She's not stupid at all. I mean, her immaturity is going to show. I mean, she's what, 22 years old. But she's not dumb. I feel like she's smarter than he is. Actually, but I feel like he was actually paying her. Like it could be he was contributing to her rent or something like that. Or he was just like paying her as a regular customer or giving gifts or something to that effect. But he's been paying her for a long time. She's just gotten fed up with whatever it is that he's given her. Or it's also possible that he hasn't been paying her as regularly. So she started to threaten him. And now she's just like, okay, well, you wanted to be stingy. I'll show you stingy. That's what I'm getting from her. Okay. So, Gabriela, did ooh. Yikes. 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 Okay. The allegations are more true than they're false. I asked her if her current allegations, if she's telling the truth, and I ask this in every single case. Every single case. So it's not, I'm not being, oh, it's a white woman and a black man. No, I ask this with every single case, whether the person is telling the truth. And they're saying that, yes, for the most part, she is actually telling the truth. She's hiding some information. Some of this information that she's hiding eventually is going to come out. But the truth is more on her side, to be quite honest. I don't necessarily want to get into the nitty-gritty of this stuff. But I did ask about the actual assault that she's accusing him of, and I'm getting like a yes, that the way that she's describing it, it's more or less accurate, but it feels like it's like one of those weird things where at some point he had consent to do whatever he did, but she said no at a certain point, which he no longer had consent, but he kept going. And then he tried to pay her off after whatever exactly he did happened. He tried to pay her off. That's what he tried to do. I was asking a bit like more general questions. I feel like he's physically, like not sexually assaulted her, but I feel like he's physically assaulted her. I feel like he physically assaulted her, and she did not ask for that. She didn't ask for it. Like this feels like manhandling or like pushing someone against the wall. I'm not really getting like punches, that type of thing. I'm not really getting that, but it's like roughing someone up, intimidating someone, making sure that she was afraid of his size. I do get that from her. For sure. Yeah. I also feel like he held her, what is it? What am I thinking of? Like, when you get into an argument with someone and you're trying to leave the apartment or whatever, and they like grab you and they're just, no, stay here. And in their mind, this person thinks, I'm not hurting this person, I'm not kidnapping them, I'm not doing this, but you really want to get away. I feel like he's done that to her as well. He's held her, he trapped her somewhere before, and like forced her to stay. But like in his mind, that's not illegal. But it's like, no, actually it is. He's done that before to her. Let me double check. Am I getting that correct? It's confused. It's muddled. Ew. Do they drink and drug a lot together as well? Ew. Have they done orgies together before? Because I'm kind of getting that. And threesomes and whatnot, because I'm getting that as well. Because she's also telling me that they've done things with like other couples, maybe like threesomes or like multiple, like whatever. I'm kind of getting that. And she's saying that she, like, at one point she tried to walk away from him presenting that to her, but then she was also like a bit, that's been released yet, but it's like she was also like a bit either drunk or doing drugs or something. So like the consent is what happened here, so there's a lot happening. Gabriela. Yeah, I feel like they've done like threesome orgy. Like that energy is like, I'm getting all itchy here. That energy is around them. And I feel like that's going to come out like in the future. That's going to come out. And they're either, this actually feels more like vocal conversations, so potentially recordings where maybe he's asking her to do stuff like that. And then she's showing this sort of like, oh, I don't know, like maybe, I don't know. Like that's kind of what it feels like to me. I feel like he's like, because I'm getting this impression that like physical things outside of that, physical things happened. He did it to her, but the feeling I'm getting is he wouldn't allow her to escape. So it's like like this is the person who's like, no, wait. Like I feel like, that's what I'm being, that's what I'm being shown. Let me see if I have something. Hold on for a second, guys. I have like my little French guy that I got like years ago. But it's like the person is trying to leave and he's sort of like, no, wait. Like that. Like that's what I'm being shown. That's what he's done to her. Like I'm not seeing, and listen, I'm not making excuses for it. I'm trying to like have it be nuanced or really be clear about this, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Like it doesn't feel like Ike Turner. Like it doesn't feel like that. It feels more like restraining. That's what I'm looking for. Restraining a person, not allowing them to leave. And then this young lady, like there's like drugs, alcohol, whatever, inebriation between them. But I also feel like she, like when she says no, it doesn't feel like a hard no all the time. So it's like, oh, well, but I don't know. Like, that's what I get. That's what I get. He probably chose her, someone that young, because of that. Yes, in his mind, he doesn't see that as being abusive in his mind. So I'm asking him, but I'm also asking her, and they have different takes on it. In his mind, he's just like, no, that's my girlfriend, or that's the lady that I'm with, and I don't want her to go anywhere. So that's what he's saying in his mind. Whereas with her, she's just like, leave me alone, So, I always ask both sides what's going on. Okay, so long story short, yes, the allegations are more true than false, and there's more coming out. Will more women come out? Let's ask that question. I feel like possibly yes. Will more women come out to accuse Shannon Sharpe? Ooh, yes. I feel like more women will come. Oh, here she is again. She shows up very, very clearly. More women will come out. You may not be able to trust every single one of them. You may not be able to trust every single one of them. I don't think you'll be able to trust every single one of them. I also feel like maybe some of these other women coming out, they may talk about abuse, like actual physical abuse. Sexual assault is abuse, but I'm just making a differentiation. Let me ask again. Were more women, let me ask it like in a specific way. Were more women go public accusing Shannon Sharpe? I see another woman. I definitely, so I see, so I asked it in 3 separate categories. So physical abuse, emotional abuse versus sexual assault. Sexual assault, yeah, I can see another one. Oh, sorry guys. Let me put this on silent. Yeah, I see it. And it's also possible that there will be someone he was in a long-term relationship with who's going to express her disappointment. But I feel like people will read between the lines of what she says. In terms of physical abuse, yeah, yep. He's like in the sex trade world, deep. Emotional abuse, not too many people are going to say women. They're not going to say that about him. Not really. But I mean, it's implied because of the other abuse that's happening. So the answer is yes. Okay, so let's ask more. Let's dig into this crap. So, question is he into race play? Yes. And why? I feel like that's obvious, but let's ask. Let me go back to his picture, his photo. Is Shannon Sharpe into race play? Oh my gosh, he's worried. Ooh, Lord, he's worried about his career. Look at how scared he is. Look at how scared he is. Look at it. This is his work. Confidence shaken. Scared, absolutely scared. In those conversations that were released, was there something in there about being tied up? Was there something in there about being tied up? Because I do feel like he's into some, like, you know, weird BDSM whatever thing. But also like is this bondage or something? Some collar around her neck. Okay. Okay. So why is he into race play? Excuse me. He's into this like prostitution mess heavy. They're saying that he didn't get into this until he became famous, like very, very super famous. It wasn't really a thing for him. It wasn't really a thing for him. He only got into this once he became famous, and it seems like it doesn't really seem like a pathology for him, to be honest. This seems like some like famous bored rich person bullshit that he got into. And it feels like he was seeing some sex worker or whatever, and this person just like introduced it to him randomly, and then he kind of avoided it for a long time until he just said, okay, well, let's see what it's like. And now he's into it. Now he's into it. Hi there, Shannon. There you are again. Look at him. Look at how afraid he is. Look how afraid he is. So it doesn't, to be honest, for him at least, this doesn't really feel like he has some lifelong aspiration to be a white dude and to get back at white guys by dominating teenage white girls. Like, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like something random that just came up and he's just like, okay, well, let's try it. And then he just got hooked on it. It feels more like, I don't know, because even like this physical abuse thing, like this feels more like it's related to the BDSM stuff. So I wonder if he likes to like harm their bodies, you know? Like that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from it. Gosh. Listen, I'm sorry. I know that, you know, people have their kinks. When I was taking psychology of sex, they used to be called paraphilia. I don't deal with people with this shit. Because to me, kinks make it acceptable to harm women without being arrested for it. That's my opinion. And what I'm seeing in these cars, I think I showed them to you. What I'm seeing in these cars is like, he has a serious issue with violence against women, but because he's doing it as part of a kink, there's nothing wrong with it. The girlies, you know, I don't know if they love being hurt, to be honest. I don't know if they love being hurt. What I've noticed in the community is many of them think that these men love them. They think that it's just a game. And I'm just like, have you actually, like, if you were a woman or a man who doesn't really like participate in that community, and if you heard the way that those guys spoke to us, you'll realize that they're not joking. Like, they're actually being quite serious. You think that it's play, okay? Like, but that's my opinion. That's just my opinion. Having known guys in the community, having known them and spoken to them, they're not joking. It's not play. It ain't play. Last guy I knew, he liked to slap women, and like, you know, in real life, he was a totally, well, not totally normal, but he was like a gracious person, very aggressive underneath. And when you got to know him, you learned that his mother used to abuse him, mostly by slapping him on the face. So whenever he was having an issue with his mom, he had the urge to slap whatever woman he was sleeping with. So it's like, use your psychology degrees for good, you know? Ever since it started to turn into a kink, all of a sudden people don't want to use their common sense with this shit. But I digress. Let's go to the next question. I'm sorry, guys. For the people who are offended, sorry. Okay. So this is kind of related. Was the conversation with the girl a fetish thing? I mean, we kind of answered that. Was the conversation with this lady, Gabriela, was it a fetish thing for him? They were in a relationship, weren't they? They were in a relationship. No, he meant that shit. Oh, sorry. He meant it. And it feels like if the conversations are expanded upon, like if the full text messages or the full recordings are shown, you'll see that she would mention money whenever he would say stuff like that to her. She would mention money. No, he meant it. Sorry for all the coughing, guys. He meant it. Okay, this is related as well. Does Shannon Sharpe have mother issues? It could be father issues. Does Shannon Sharpe have mother issues? Shannon Sharpe, do you have mother issues? He's showing me this money. It feels like most of his relationships have been like he's just paying these people. I don't know why I keep saying people. I can ask that. But it feels like a lot of his relationships, he's been paying these people. Does she... No, it's daddy issues. It's not mom, it's dad. Let me show you these cards. He's had these like pay for play relationships for a very long time. A very long time. Most of his relationships, he's just paying women to be around him. That's it. Like, that's literally it. It actually gives him pleasure to pay. Really, it does. I asked, is it mom issues? They're like, no, dad. It's dad. It's dad. And then I dug a little bit deeper into the dad issues, and they're showing, so I don't know if his father was around, but it seemed, but what they're basically saying is that this complex around women, because he didn't have an appropriate father figure, started when he was like, I would say maybe around puberty, maybe. So I don't know what's going on with his father's situation, but it's his father. It's not mom, it's dad. It's dad. I feel like a lot of, unfortunately, a lot of American men have serious dad issues. And French men have mommy issues. French people have a lot of mommy issues, I think. Shannon, do you want to say a little bit more about dad issues or what? Is his father still alive? Is his father dead? What happened? Oh, that was such an insensitive way. Oh, he passed. Okay. Because they're showing me passing. Okay, so his dad passed. All right, that makes sense then. It makes sense. And if his father died around the age of puberty for him, then it makes sense as well. Yeah, it's issues with his father, but it also kind of feels like maybe dad, bless the dad, but maybe dad wasn't the best when he was alive either. It feels like emotionally, dad wasn't really present, wasn't really there. Okay. I am like zipping through these questions because I really just don't want to spend too much time on this. Does Shannon have a fetish for young white girls, teenagers? Does he have a fetish for young white girls? What a mess. He has a lot of secrets, guys. Is he bisexual? Eek. Jesus. Oh, I think this is Tony Buzbee. I'm also going to ask questions about him because Tony Buzbee is an ambulance chaser. Tony Buzbee's energy is coming up here. Yeah, his energy is coming up here. He may be quote unquote redeeming himself from the Jay-Z thing. So there's that, but there's a lot of secrets in Shannon's proverbial closet. He could be bisexual. When I asked that question, he does not like it. Look at him. He does not like it. He's just like, get off my secrets. Get out. He doesn't like the way that I'm characterizing him, but oh the fuck well. Oh well. Sorry, oh well. Look at him. They were in a relationship. She didn't like the money that he was providing her. She felt like for what she went through, it wasn't enough. Because again, here she is again. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for her. It's almost like he was trying to convert it into like a real relationship and maybe like cutting off the money or slowing down the money, and she's just like, no, that's not what we agreed to. It's like he was trying to use a relationship with him as like a solution for what she was angry about. And she's just like, no, that's not what I asked for. Did I get that right, Gabriela? Oh. Yeah, it felt like they broke up or they weren't in contact with each other, and he was trying to like get them back together or something, be like, no, we can work on it. We can definitely work on it. And she's just like, no. No, I don't want that. Give me my money. I don't want that. Give me my money. This is so gross. Did I answer that question? I don't like this energy that's coming out right now. I don't want to make like really strong accusations. Because the cards that he's showing me, they have a duality. And usually when I see this type of combination together, it shows bisexuality. But what I'm also seeing is like youth is a thing here. Okay. Okay. Youth is for sure a thing here. Let me show this to you guys. Let me show this to you guys. So this 19-year-old, 22, 19-year-old, whatever, she's not the only teenager he has been with. She's not the only one. She's not the only one. I'm gonna stay out of a sticky situation, but youth is for sure a thing with him, like that teen, barely legal type of thing. It's a thing for him. I would say yes. And I feel like it's not just girls. It's not just girls. His shit is coming out. It's like, oh, he keeps showing this to me over and over again. I also feel like now he's trying to like make peace with her now and trying to get her to stop and be like, oh, you don't remember the relationship we were in, all the things that we went through. Like he's trying to, I'm not answering that question. I'm not answering that question or asking. I'm not asking it. I'm trying to stay out of legal trouble, but barely legal is definitely a thing. But it feels like right now, because he keeps showing this to me over and over again, I feel like he's trying to settle with her, but he's also using like, you know, we had this relationship together. Do you remember the times that we had together? Like, why are you doing this to me? Like, it feels like he's kind of pleading with her behind the scenes and using their so-called relationship as a way to get her to back down. I feel like she's not really going to. She's not going to. It's going to come out. Like, you know, his dalliances with males. I think it's going to come out. It's going to come out. It will. He's keeping that. He actually, to be honest, I feel like he would rather this be out there than anything with men. He would rather something like this be out there than any confirmation of him having been with a man before. Because every time I ask him, he's sort of giving me the shh type of thing. Is it true that his phone was hacked months ago when his Insta went live? Absolutely not. No, it is not true. It's not true at all. I feel like that was done. So his like being in the closet is being represented by this high priestess here. It feels like that was done on purpose. So if there were any rumors about him with men around that time, that live, it was done to cover that up. It was done to cover that up. And he's saying it was to dead the rumors with guys. That it wasn't live. Gosh, the deeper I read into this, the more tragic this energy is getting. Let me ask it again. Because I think that question is in there in a different way. Did Shannon Sharpe know he was live months ago? He was getting, this lady or some other ladies, they were giving him the shakedown even back then. Because I also feel like this thing with him paying her and then also her asking for increasingly more money, it's been happening for a while. And they're saying that, yeah, even back then, even sorry, even back then, it feels like this was a way to make sure that this stuff doesn't come out. Are you saying that? Wait, what? Michelle? What? Huh? Wait, what? Michelle? So was he really with a woman named Michelle on that live? Hold on. Oh my gosh, his energy. He feels so sorry for himself. He feels so sorry for himself. He's down in the dumps. Yeah, so what Spirit is saying is that people were talking about him with a man. So there could have been something that he said around that time that made people pause, like, what did you just say? And he wanted to cover it up with this Michelle person. So what was that a real woman that he was on live with? I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That energy feels a bit strange. Was it an actual woman? I don't know. I don't know how feminine that energy is. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was actually a woman. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Oh, let me see. Could have been a trans woman. I asked the right question. I think it was a trans woman. No, he was with someone. I think that was a trans woman that did not have the operation yet. I think that was a trans woman. Michelle. Yeah, trans. Allegedly. So does Shannon Sharpe prefer white women? Yes. Yes. So interesting. Ew, this is gross. He prefers white ladies, and younger, because in his mind, they're easier to manipulate. But in terms of like a real relationship, he prefers black women. People. People. In terms of like a real quote unquote committed relationship, he prefers black people. But for like sex or kinks or whatever, he prefers white ladies because in his mind, he thinks that they're easy to manipulate. Will Shannon Sharpe lose business deals? Here he is. Listen, he is trying to stop. Look, how many times? He's a sexual deviant. How many times has this come out with his ass? How many times has it come out with him? He's trying to stop the flow of information. He's trying to stop the flow. No, his energy is not all over the place. His energy is very much focused on being scared shitless. Okay, will Shannon Sharpe lose business deals over this? Interestingly enough, it feels like it's funny. It's almost like they're kind of urging him to just pay her. Just pay her, pay these people, make it all go away. Just pay. So is he still working with ESPN? Will he be fired from ESPN? Potentially. Will he be fired from what was the other one? He works with Disney. Will he be fired from Disney? Wow. I'm seeing him getting disappointing news. So look. Yeah. So yeah, it actually feels like if they do a serious investigation, more information is going to come out. Disney owns ESPN? What? Disney owns ESPN? Oh shit. They own everything. What the hell? They own like ABC, oh my god, that's a freaking monopoly almost. Here, I'm getting disappointing news. It actually feels like they are going to do an investigation and it may take a while, but I can feel disappointing news with his business deals. I can see it. Okay. Will he lose? Who is the $100 million podcast deal with? They own Hulu? No wonder why all these like places suck these days. It's the same damn company owning them. Will he lose his $100 million podcast deal? That's to be determined. That's to be determined. Yeah, this is to be. I feel like this is the only positive energy that I got out of this reading so far. Will Shannon Sharpe lose his $100 million podcast deal? Oof. He's gonna be. Oh, listen, they're just like if more women start to come out, so this is like more women starting to come out, whatever. Some of them, they're exaggerating. I mean, I feel like that's par for the course when this stuff happens, is some will not tell the truth, the full truth, right? So there's that. So feels like they're saying if more women come out, you're gone. You're gone. You're gone. If more women come out. It feels like just this one person, like, okay, we can massage this, we can talk about Tony Buzbee, we can do this, we can do that. But if more women come out, you're done. That's what I'm getting from it. Because it does feel like Disney is waiting. Like they don't want to jump on it too quickly, but they're waiting. Excuse me. Okay. So Tony Buzbee. Will Tony Buzbee and Gabriela, will they win this lawsuit? Partially. I feel like eek. Tony Buzbee he's actually a bit of a clown, to be honest. It feels like yes, they may win the overall war, but I don't think that they're going to get as much money as they think. Because it feels like some issues arise later on with this case. And I feel like she may regret not taking the 10 million. Like, I feel like whatever she ends up getting is not going to be that much more than what he originally offered. Not that much more. Tony Buzbee, is this lawsuit truthful, Tony Buzbee? Is this lawsuit truthful? He's still mad about Jay-Z. This is Tony here looking for the money, honey. This is Jay-Z. The Jay-Z thing, that's done. He's just like, it's done. He's still upset about Jay-Z. Okay, Tony, tell me, is this lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe, is this truthful? Are you on the up and up for this lawsuit, Tony? For them, he's still mad about Jay-Z. Look, there's Jay-Z. He's still upset. He's pissed. He just wants the money, whatever. Tony Buzbee just wants the money. He doesn't really care about, victims or whatever. He just wants the money. Okay, so I think someone asked, was this a shakedown? Is this a Tony Buzbee production? Now remember, I did say early in the reading that she's telling more truth than lies. So there's a lot of truth to what she's saying. Was this a setup from Tony Buzbee? Did Gabriela set up Shannon Sharpe? Interesting. Interesting. So, some of you may be surprised by this answer. I don't feel like she set him up. I don't. It feels like something, like she didn't like what was happening in the relationship. I feel like he actually did harm her. And she's just like, you're going to pay for this. You're going to pay. So once she decided he's going to pay for this, that's when, quote unquote, the setup happened. But the setup that they're showing me is just like she started to record him without his knowledge to make sure that she got incriminating evidence. It does feel like she wasn't happy with the relationship for some time. He harmed her. And then she said, you're going to pay me for this. You'll pay me for this. And Tony Buzbee Tony Buzbee. So this is not a setup from him either. It feels like he is definitely monitoring it. He's definitely massaging some of the things. That's why I feel like she's mostly telling the truth, but some things, more of the truth will come out later on. And it feels like he's been like not really working with her for a while, but sort of like eyeing the case or something, or maybe like supervising her a little bit, or like giving her advice, like, oh no, you do this way, you do that way, da da da. So it's not exactly a Tony Buzbee production. It feels like she just got angry. She's just like, how dare you do this to me? I'm gonna make you pay. She probably heard the name Tony Buzbee, is like, I'm gonna go with him, and he kind of supervised her on how to get this information from him. So it's his fault. It's his fault. It's crazy. Yeah, but they are telling me that he had been paying this young lady for some time, and he either tried to cut the money off or try to reduce it, and she's just like, after all I've been through with you, are you kidding? Like, that's what, like, are you kidding me now? You're gonna pay me. You're gonna pay me. That's what I'm getting from her. So are his besties Deion Sanders and Stephen A. Smith gonna stick by him? She said she was 19 when they started, allegedly. Will Stephen A. Smith stick beside Shannon Sharpe? Will Deion Sanders stick beside Shannon Sharpe? I feel like the way Deion Sanders is going to do it is he's probably just not going to say too much about it. Like he may just be like, you know what, I'm just going to sit on the sidelines. Like maybe I'll give a lukewarm opinion here or there, but I'm not going to say much. So it's like he's staying on code by keeping silent. It's sort of like how when Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, I'm gonna say Chris Rock, and so many black entertainers, instead of jumping on it, they were just like, I don't have anything to say. Like, that's kind of what I get from Deion Sanders. I do feel like he supports him. He supports him, but he's just going to be careful about it. Stephen A. Smith, let me ask this question again. Will Stephen A. Smith stick beside Shannon Sharpe? Stephen A. Smith has his own problems. Look at this. I feel like Stephen A. Smith, like, he knows a bit about what's been happening behind the scenes, and it feels like Stephen is just like, didn't I tell you about this stupid shit? Didn't I tell you? It does feel like Stephen, like he's actually going to show support. Stephen is going to show support until he absolutely cannot. Until he absolutely cannot. So he will, but it feels like if more information, it will. But if more information comes out, especially about the escort stuff, he's gonna be like, let me slip and slide out of there. Let me be careful about this. Let me be careful about it. Stephen A. Smith may have his own issues. No, I don't think that Shannon Sharpe is a sociopath. He's a sex addict. Okay. So what does Shannon Sharpe's family, just in general, what do they think of what's happening? Tony Buzbee is still talking about freaking whatchamacallit, Jay-Z. He's still talking about him. Tony Buzbee is just like, this girl, she was a mistake. She was a mistake. I should have gone with someone else. How does Shannon Sharpe's family feel about his controversy? I'm I'm not really getting much from the family, but again, I am seeing more women. It actually feels like it's more women talking about Shannon Sharpe with this particular sexual proclivity. I'm seeing more women coming out, more women coming out of the closet, and they have very similar stories about him. Look at these ladies here, very similar stories. It feels like his family, they're like, in general, the overall energy, they're going to blame the women, not really him. Is he interested in an arrangement with Young Miami? Wow. Is Shannon interested in an arrangement with Young Miami? No, not really. There's is Young Miami a Sagittarius, or is the Sagittarius the other one, not Carisha. What's the other one? I forgot her name. She's so pretty. Which one is the Sagittarius? Damn, I forgot the other one's name. Oh wow, that's horrible. No, it feels like JT. Is JT the Sagittarius? It kind of feels like he was more interested in her. She's a set. Okay, it feels like he was more interested in JT. It's not Young Miami, it's JT. He was more interested in her. Yeah, he wanted one with her. It was JT he was interested in. It feels more like he wanted a relationship with her. Yeah, it feels like he wanted a relationship with JT. He does. Yeah, he does. I mean, they're saying he could give more, but he does give. It does feel like, you know, what he gives to the Black community, it is, you know, part of his image. But I mean, he does give. It is real, but I mean, it's part of his image. I mean, for me, I don't really see anything wrong with it. As long as people get help, then to me, that's all that matters. All right, guys. Let me ask this last question. Will Gabriela receive a settlement from Shannon? He's going to offer. Look at him. Look at him. He's trying. Look at him. There are more escorts. There is more sexual deviancy. There's more. And he's trying to stop it from leaking. He's going to offer her a settlement. He will. He's going to offer a settlement. I don't know if she's going to take the first offer. Well, technically, this would be a second offer. I don't know if she's going to take the second offer. She should. She should. Before Tony Buzbee starts to sabotage it, she should take it. So if you're watching, Gabriela, take it. Okay. All right, guys. I will see you when I see y'all. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. You get a reading from me. I'll see you when I see you guys. All right, bye guys. Good night. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, then please head over to www.tarobymoco.com/links in the description box below. This page was created to help you find your desired reading faster. They are separated by concern, so there's love and romance, career matters, psychic forecast, and spiritual and personal development. And if you have many concerns at once, then please feel free to book a live 30-minute or 1-hour reading via phone, video, or in person if we are located in the same city. You will also be able to find a link to my Etsy store that has a limited range of readings, as well as my blog and YouTube page. And for YouTube viewers, if you would like to offer a small tip, then you have that option as well. When you are ready to book a reading, then click on the desired icon and read through the description to make sure that it fits your concern. I return readings within 7 business days, but if your concern is urgent, then I have express options that allow you to choose how quickly you want your reading to be done. If you want to book a 30-minute or 1-hour reading for the next day, then please email me ahead of time. And if you have any questions, then don't hesitate to email me. If you would like to know more information about my style and why I read the way I do, then go to the homepage where you will find a quick description about me and an option to learn more. And if you scroll further down, you will be able to sign up for my monthly newsletter. With this newsletter, you will receive 10% off your first reading, as well as monthly general predictions and shop updates, which can include discounts for new spreads and early access to my yearly readings 1 month ahead of time. And even further down, you will find testimonials from all the clients who are happy with me. All right, lovelies, thank you so much for watching this video. Let's work together soon.